Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So yesterday, Rich Paul, the ringleader of the Legion of Haters, he made a lot of headlines for his absolutely idiotic comments on Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, the dichotomy that existed between these two guys, where he essentially said that Scottie Pippen had a bigger impact on the Chicago Bulls winning than Michael Jordan. And I think we went live about it and we ripped him to shreds. But it didn't just stop there. The entire sports world essentially erupted on him and just went off over his idiotic comment, because it truly was idiotic. It was idiotic, it was short-sighted, and it was just stupid, flat out. So a bunch of various people chimed in, and we're going to play some of it here. We'll first start off with the sound from Mike Greenberg, and then from there we'll just let it flow. And I want you guys to listen to what people had to say in response to this stupid comment that Rich Paul had to make. Take a listen to this.
Are Scottie Pippen's rings just as valid as Michael's rings? Of course. He absolutely earned them. And would Michael Jordan have won all those championships without Scottie Pippen? No, of course not. You have to have other great players. But Michael Jordan is the reason they were in those 6 finals to begin with. If you unplug Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls have 0 titles in their history and candidly are one of the worst franchises in the history of the sport. That's how valuable Michael was. So to suggest that Scottie Pippen was the most impactful, I was there for all of those games. Scottie Pippen was a great player, a very valuable player, and very impactful, and 1,000% deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, and deserves all the credit in the world. His rings are as valid as rings can be. But the idea that he was the most impactful player on any of those Bulls teams is candidly not even worthy of response. It's so far from accurate that I don't even think that there is a reason to respond to it.
I don't like having these intellectually dishonest basketball conversations. It feels like it's some way to prop up LeBron by smacking down Michael Jordan. I heard this from one of Michael Jordan's teammates. This is an exact quote, Greeny. Michael Jordan is so great he went into the Hall of Fame as 2 players, himself and Scottie Pippen. That's how great Michael Jordan was. That's what they felt. And this is someone who's in the room with them. I will say this. Name me a time where Scottie saved the day. You can think of Shaq and Kobe where they played 1 and 1A, Magic and Kareem the same thing, Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, or one severely leaned on the other. Michael Jordan, if they were going to get it done, it was because that guy was saving the day every single time, the alpha of alphas, and we don't have to say someone else is more impactful or put up a stat that says, well, Scottie got 1 more rebound a game. Who cares? Either way, these are silly conversations to be having, and it's honestly beneath Rich Paul to be saying this because we know he's going to tie to LeBron James, even if LeBron doesn't directly feel that way. We should not be having this conversation.
I'm not here to denigrate Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is a great player. He's 100% worth.
What are the Pippen rules or what are the Jordan rules?
No, I mean, he's not Jordan. No, and that's not an insult, because no one is. Michael Jordan is, in my opinion, the greatest player that ever lived. So to say Scottie Pippen, that's like saying you can't be rich unless you have as much money as Jeff Bezos, right? You can be plenty rich and not have $500 billion. Scottie Pippen is a great player and deserves to be considered a great player, and he isn't Michael Jordan because no one was. Tim, finish it up.
Look, if you unplug Dwayne Wade from the Miami Heat, LeBron doesn't win titles there. If you unplug Kyrie Irving from the Cavaliers, they don't come back from 3-1. If you unplug Anthony Davis from the Bubba Lakers, they don't win a championship. Let's spin it forward to right now. If you unplug Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder, I sure as hell hope nobody's looking funny at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for coming up 1 game short of knocking off the Spurs, for taking the Spurs to 7 games. It's really hard to win a championship when you don't have your co-star. Okay, that's a pretty obvious statement.
He's saying Scottie's more impactful than Michael? Okay, play that again.
I think Scottie's rings are just the same as Michael Jordan's. Why not?
Because he won the best player on the team.
Yeah, but he was the most impactful player on the team.
I get it.
What do you mean he wasn't?
Listen, I get it.
If you unplug Scottie Pippen off that team,
Sure.
Jordan's 0 for 6.
Sure,
Could
well,
be.
who knows? But
No,
if you
no,
take,
could be.
But if you
Not know who
replace Scottie,
knows.
but replace Scottie Pippen with another All-Star. No one does it without another All-Star.
No,
Replace
you
him with
got
another All-Star. He's going to win more than one.
You can replace him with another All-Star, but just because it's an All-Star don't mean it's Scottie Pippen.
Okay, is Chris Bosh's rings the same as LeBron's? Like, what are we doing? You're going to say Scottie's more impactful? I think Scottie's underrated. I do. I think he was everything that you needed from him, he was able to do. He could score. He could defend. He was okay with whatever Mike was going to do. He'll complement that. And I thought he was a great team player until he wasn't going to have a play called for him and he got benched and Kukoc hit a game winner. But that's crazy to say that Scottie's more impactful. He's not. Can you make the case better all-around player for the Bulls back then? What he was asked to do was different than what Mike was asked to do. Scottie was guarding everybody. He could guard 1 through 5. He was a good passer. He could pick you up full court. He could score. He could block shots. I mean, there were a lot of great things that he did, but he wasn't more impactful than Michael. And yes, does Michael need Scottie? Yes. How many rings does Scottie have without Michael? I mean, but let's not make this equal. There were a lot of guys who won rings because of Michael Jordan. Yes, Dylan.
My favorite part of that is him saying, Scottie Pippen's more impactful than Michael Jordan. And in a millisecond, Max Kellerman just goes, no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But they're all starting to talk at the same time. He just goes, no, it wasn't.
Yeah. There was somebody who had some common sense in there with Max saying that. More impact. Okay. Rich Paul is LeBron James' agent. Okay. LeBron's had talent. Every great player has had talent to win a title. Do I take away Magic's or do we demean them because he had Kareem and Worthy and Byron Scott? And go down the list of great players. Bird, who had best front line in basketball. Like, what are we doing here? Yes, Marvin.
It just really feels like Rich is trying to talk LeBron into the GOAT spot by saying that. And you don't have to. I think this is hurting his case. Like, look, you have your agent on every single podcast talking about Michael Jordan wasn't as good as you or he needed X, Y, and Z to win championships. Every single great player, nobody wins with scrubs.
We saw LeBron without a second great player on that Cavaliers team, and he got them to the finals. The fact that he went to 8 consecutive finals, that should be highlighted. But can we stop with this? Unless LeBron wins another title, none of this means anything. Nobody's changing their opinion. And even if he wins another one, people still aren't changing their opinion.
So you heard what he had to say. Now, during that segment, they also had Gilbert Arenas there. And Gil, as soon as Rich Paul said, Gil was like, yeah, I can see it. What, Gil, stop, man. Stop. Stop with this trolling and this rage baiting, man. You got to stop. You got too much money to be doing this, bro. Like, stop. What do you see? Like, what exactly do you see? And the part that really got to me is that Max could have been like, yeah, but you wouldn't have any rings if LeBron didn't play with. I'm surprised he didn't say that. That show has become it's like the one-stop shop for being a hater. Seriously. It's not even like the barber shop. It's like the hater shop. You go there to hate. And these dudes are like, Rich Paul and these guys are super haters, bro. Like, these dudes, I don't know, maybe where they from. I don't know where these guys are from, but they just breed them. Just a bunch of hating ass, you know what, bro? Like, y'all are super haters. And then the part that gets me is that you have LeBron's fan base who goes around talking about, I don't understand why people just don't like him. Yo, y'all are clowns, bro. You dudes are clowns, man. Like, that's just the truth of the game here. And then they got the nerve to talk about, the black man. That's what LeBron fans do. The black man. Bro, what are you talking about? You're watching your black man always taking a dump on every other black man that LeBron played with. This is their work. So what happened to this whole black man love and all this? Where was all of this at? These guys are a bunch of clowns, man. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. That is the fact of the matter. You got this dude comparing LeBron James to Muhammad Ali. Like, yo, when does it end with this fan base? Y'all are not convincing nobody that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. I told you. The only people that feel LeBron is better than Jordan are just his fans, and that's it. Nobody else feels this way except them. And that y'all look so desperate. Rich Paul and these guys, you look so desperate that you're constantly doing this. And then they're going to do the same thing. Oh, well, you know, Jordan, my man, Jordan, I'm cool with Jordan. And then proceeds to just take a dump on his whole career. But this is their way. This is how these guys operate. It always involves tearing down someone else to uplift their guy. That's the whole, that's their whole appeal. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. And now they're going after Jordan. Bro, just knock it off, man. Like, no one agreed with you. You notice no one. The only people that would agree with that comment from Rich Paul are LeBron fans. That's it. Because these guys are in a cult. They don't even like him because of basketball. They like him. Some of them like him beyond basketball. Some of them really want to bounce some balls. Seriously. Some of them really want to bounce some basketballs. Those guys. It's disgusting, man. These are my thoughts.